Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some have seen a Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we're here in Southampton. And this art exhibit is very, very special. It's a wonderful event, and I'm talking to a lady that's going to introduce herself and tell us what this event is really all about. Introduce yourself, darling.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Hagins, and my partner, Richard Mortimer, and I opened this space, and we first conceived of it as sort of a design studio. I'm an interior designer, but Richard is such a collector that we quickly filled it. And then
See, it's magnificent inside. The collection of furnishings and art is just gorgeous. And you're going to explain about the art, too, as well.
well, the art sort of came about serendipitously because the furniture was a given. And then with 12-foot ceilings and lots of wonderful wall space, and knowing a few local artists, we thought we should do a combination. I find in 25 years of interior design that one of the hardest things for a client to make a decision on is fine art. They're intimidated, they're hesitant, they can't visualize it, and so why not show it in a setting that's almost like a salon? And so that's what we attempted to do.
Well, you did a magnificent job, really. And I'm sure you had a lot to do with the way it was displayed here in this particular shop.
Well, we both did, but yes, of course. I mean, I'd be.
Of course, you were the interior design. I would think that had a great influence on how you had these paintings. I mean, everything is just so perfect. The way you did the paintings of the two ladies here with that yellow hats. It reminds me of my mother. She had a hat like that. Actually.
Oh, I mean, these paintings are such great, iconic 50s and 60s images, and they're fun. They're fun, and there's so much buzz now about the 1960s that it's
Mad Men.
Of course.
Has a lot of influence.
And CNN did that whole series on the 60s.
Last night, I know, I saw them all the time. Very nice.
Yeah.
It was happens to be my favorite time. I was growing up during that period of time. I was a little girl. I was a very little girl, and then I was a teenager in the 70s, and I hated it because I'd rather be a teenager in the 60s. But what can you do, right?
Well,
then it got better in the 80s.
you probably would have gotten in more trouble if you'd been a teenager in the 60s.
Yes. Well, that could be.
Maybe not. The 70s was kind of.
It was the hippie era. It was Vietnam, the hippies. I didn't really like it. I really liked the 60s, the early part of the 60s. When those ladies wore those hats, I thought that was so ladylike and So wonderful. And of course, you must get a variety of celebrities that come walking in here looking at the furnishings and the artwork.
We get some, yeah, some, but it's really, it's building. I mean, we haven't been open that long.
How long have you been open?
We've been open since really just after Memorial Day.
Oh, so you're new
We're
here.
new. Yeah, we're new.
This is amazing that I'm talking to you. It's a brand new place.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. Now you want to have art shows or art exhibits or different things going on, I would think, all the time, right?
Well, we do. I mean, as you know, Southampton tends to get a little sleepy after Labor Day, but sure, we want to keep it going, and we're going to be mounting a new exhibit in 2 weeks, and I think that you're going to see it's going to be very different from this, but I think also very lovely and easy to like, and so stay tuned.
I will stay tuned. Tell my audience about the artists now that are being featured here.
Well, there are two here tonight, and they both are based in both Watermill and in the city. And the one is named Christopher Milne, and he's done the more figurative paintings. So any of the paintings that you see here that have people in them are Christopher's works. And then the more architectural works are by William Pagano, who actually happens to be right here. And so it's a nice balance.
It's a fabulous balance. Tell my audience where we could go to find out more information. Do you have a website?
We do. It's HaginsMortimerDesign.com.
Spell it.
HaginsMortimer Design.com. And it combines, they can see my work as an interior designer, they can see the collection here, and learn a little bit more about both of us.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we're here in Southampton at this fabulous gallery. And I'm here with this owner who is going to introduce himself to the camera and also tell us about this event and how it came to be.
Sure. Hi, I'm Richard Mortimer, and I'm part of the Hagins and Mortimer Design Gallery. And we just opened a shop, which we're very proud and happy of. What we decided to do, I have a huge background in 20th century art and design, and I own and
Pretty much mid-20th century, wouldn't you say?
yes, very much mid-20th century. And I also have a huge background in fine arts and studying and appreciation. So we decided to combine the shop with a gallery. So we would feature artists and try to integrate it and show it within furnishings and hopefully tasteful furnishings and custom pieces that we've designed to go with even specific paintings of artists. And that's the concept for the store. So people could come in and they could see, incredible lamps, furniture in.
It's very
a
much
setting.
staged.
Very staged.
So this way, when they go into their own house, they can get an idea of how they want to display it in their own homes.
Exactly. And we also do art curation where we could go into people's homes, especially if they have a big art collection, and help them rearrange, sort it out, upgrade, etc., and make the paintings look the best in the environment. And that's what we try to do here, right down to the color of a lamp that we place near a painting, the couch, chairs, tables, etc. And we try to keep it as customized as possible and unique.
Well, you did a brilliant job. I'm
I
telling you,
appreciate
Elizabeth, the interior designer, she did an incredible job of displaying the work here, and I know in collaboration with you. I mean, the paintings and the furnishings are just marvelous.
Well, it's also, which is really nice, we do a different color on the wall. This is called lime ricky. It's an unusual color to present art, but for some reason it gives a great warmth and enhances art. We've had many people come in and they love everything, but most of all they love the color of the walls. They would never think of painting and hanging up art unless it were on a white or a simplified wall.
Is it really a good color to
Yes,
display art? Why is that?
There's something, certain people love yellow because it has a warmth, but there's something about the green that's more neutral than going to a yellow is a very difficult color to play with, but I love yellow. But the green, this lime ricky is soft, it changes hues. It's depending on how much light is in the room, and it could be vivid, or it just goes down to really a subtle tone, and the lighting is very important on it. But it all works together very nicely.
Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. Now, tell my audience about the artists. Why did you pick these artists for this particular exhibit in the gallery?
Right now, we specialize, and we have a lot of great mid-century art. The artists that I chose, there's something very 50s, 60s, sort of like a Mad Men look.
I was just telling that to Elizabeth.
It's such a connection there that it's just amazing. And I'm old enough to remember when, like, the yellow hats.
My mother used to wear a hat like that.
When I was working my way through college, I remember May's department store was selling those hats. They were stretch. Everybody had them to put it over their beehive. It's just a fluke that somebody would zero in on, it's almost like a realistic cartoon almost, a caricature. And then the architectural pieces are really interesting. I own some pieces that Frank Sinatra owns from his home in Palm Springs, but the pieces that are architectural.
I think that was one of his favorite places to live.
Definitely.
Palm Springs, so glamorous, wasn't it?
Really, very lavish and really fun. And Mr. Pagano's work is very architectural. Some they're based on Richard Nutria's works in L.A., etc. And they have a very cool, but again, a very 60s strong vibe. So for the opening of the store, we just thought it'd be really fun to have strong graphic works that are very representative of the period, but yet very contemporary and very usable and hangable in people's homes. We're going to be going into the future. We have perhaps some more realistic landscapes, but some pieces that maybe are much sweeter and more romantic, let's say. That's going to be our next exhibit, which is a woman from Charleston, pretty well-known down there, named Linda Fantuzio, and her work is really going to be exciting. Very different, but exciting, and it's going to hang very well in the environment.
Can't wait to see that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. 2 weeks from now, we'll have another event, definitely.
Tell my audience, if we want to find out more information about you, about the gallery here, where can we go? What is the website?
The website is HaginsMortimerDesign.com, and it's very easy to find. We do a lot of interior design work. Our projects are on there. We were in the Designer Show House last year. This drop-down boxes, it shows our work. It shows product that we're carrying. Plus, we're going to be offering a lot more. We have a lot of warehouses of fun things.
Fantastic. Are you on Facebook too?
We're just getting on Facebook due to my age.
Okay.
But I talk a lot. I always think it's going to get broadcast simply because I talk a lot.
Fabulous.
We're looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
I want to thank you so much for coming.
I can't.
It's
Thank you
always
so
great
much. It's
seeing you.
always a privilege to come to anything that you do. Thank you,
That's
Dawn.
so sweet. Thank you. Mwah.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more interviews right here in the Hamptons. Keep watching. Pink Champagne Kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.